We're going to continue with the third part of the Laws of Logarithms in this podcast. So now we're going to use the laws in a little bit of the reverse. The first example here, we have some information. We know that log of 2 base 3 is equal to p and log of 5 base 3 is equal to q. And for each of these, we need to express them only in terms of p and q. You can have some numbers there, but basically it means without the logarithms. So we need to figure out the only two pieces of information is about log 2 base 3 and log 5 base 3. So we need to use our log laws to rewrite this, and then that will help us, and then we can substitute hopefully with p and q. So we're basically now making this bigger, we're expanding it. So something I noticed straight away is I could write 10 as 5 times 2. And that's useful seeing as we have information about log 5 and log 2. But this is for log 2 and log 5 base 3, not log of 5 times 2. So now I need to use my log rule. This time notice I have to write the base because it's not base 10. So I write it the longer way because I have two things multiplied together in the brackets here. So I'm going to write it as an addition. So log of 5 base 3 plus log of 2 base 3. And now this becomes a really easy question because I know log of 5 is q, so I'm going to just replace that with q plus, and I know from up here, log 2 base 3 is p. And I'm finished. I've answered the question. It says express in terms of p and q. And that's it. Now we have same idea, log of 2.5 base 3. Now what might make this easier is to rewrite the 2.5 straight away. I know that 2.5 is the same as 5 divided by 2. And again, that makes it a little bit more obvious that we could now use our log rule because we have the log of two things being divided. So we use the rule of log 5 base 3 minus log 2 base 3. Again, it becomes then a very simple question because here I know what this is. Up here it says log 5 base 3 is q, so I'm going to replace that with q. And up here again in the question it tells me log of 2 base 3 is p, so I'll replace that with p. And that's it. There's nothing more to do. It's just saying express in terms of p and q, which means you just want to rewrite it a different way. Okay, and the last one here, log of 50 base 3. So I need to try and again rewrite the 50. I want to really only use 5s and 2s because that's the only thing I know information about. So the first thing I would do is I would think, okay, how can I rewrite the 50? What I do know is 50 is the same as 5 squared, because that's 25, times 2. Then I need to work on using my log rules. So I know I can rewrite, because it's been multiplied, I'm going to use the same rules I did over here. So I know I could rewrite that as log of 5 squared base 3 plus, because they're being multiplied, we're just following the rule, and then log of 2 base 3. I'm not quite finished with my log rules yet because here I have a power. Up here it's only log 5. It doesn't have log of 5 squared. But I do have a rule. Let me just get a different color. I do have a rule, the power rule, that says if you have log of something to a power, you can bring it down the front there. So then I can rewrite that as 2 log of 5 base 3. And this one doesn't need to change because it's log of 2 base 3, which is exactly what we're given information about. So log of 2 base 3. And then again, it becomes an easy question. I have information about log 5. I know that that's equal to q. The 2 can just stay there. So it's 2 lots of q plus 1 lot of p. So it's okay to have constants at the front of the p and q. That doesn't matter, as long as we just have it in terms of p and q. So that's that type of question. Sometimes, instead of writing P and Q here, sometimes these will actually be numbers. So you just do exactly the same thing, but replace, instead of writing P or Q, you replace it with the decimal number. Okay, and then the last set of questions that we're going to look at, if I can get this to move, is same idea, doing some simplifying. Now, what's important here, you cannot just cancel them out, because log of 8 base 5 is a number and log of 2 base 5 is a number. So you cannot cross out and cancel out the 8 and the 2. You must, the only time you can cancel is if you have exactly the same thing on the top. So we can try and use our log rules to help us get the same thing on the top. So the first thing I would do, looking at A here, is I would look at that 8. Because what I want, if I can cancel, I want to be able to try and cancel it with the log 2. What I do know is that 8 is the same as 2 to the power of 3. I can't do anything with that log 2 base 5 yet. Then, what I can do is I can use my log rules. I know again, I can bring that 3, just using our power rule. I know that I can bring the 3 down the front there. So I'm going to use that rule. So I'll have 3 log 2 base 5. And I have still the log 2 base 5 in the denominator there. Now we are allowed to cancel because they are factors. So we have 3 times log 2 base 5 and 1 times log 2 base 5. So now we are allowed to cancel. This is the only time you can cancel. So then what I'm left with is 3 over 1, which of course is just 3. The second question is very similar, using exactly the same idea. I can't do much with log 5 base x, and however I can do something down here, because I know 25 can be written in terms of 5. It's a power of 5, so we can use our exponential rules again. So we keep the numerator as it is for the moment, and then we're going to rewrite that 25 as 5 squared. I still can't do much with that the numerator, so I'm just going to write it as it is again. And then once again, I can use my power rule. The power rule says we can bring the power down the front there. And that will work nicely because then we'll have log 5 base x on the top and bottom. So I'll have 2 log 5 base x. Now be careful with your cancelling this time. So I can still cancel because now they are just log 5 base x over log 5 base x is just 1. But your answer is not 2. Remember, there is an imaginary 1 there. And so we must write our answer as 1/2, not 2. Be careful. Okay, so that's just using the log rules in some different types of questions. Practicing going the other way, basically. Good luck.